otherwise excellent team with obviously a great quarterback. Guys, we don't have one, but get ready to hang the banner, because I'm ready to say this title is locked up. And I've been told it's the most important title in the NFL. Point differential champs. Oh my God, the point differential. Oh, have you ever seen a team put it on Mac Jones and the Jags the way these Lions can? Oh my goodness. The old BCS computers would love this Lions team. Look at the margin of victory. Listen, they're an awesome team, and when they blow you out, they blow you out. Now, the last couple games have actually been down to a field goal, but it doesn't matter. They burned our trust by being the Lions for 70 years. And then, of course, at the top of the tiers, back where they belong, the actual champs. They might not be covering your spreads. They might not be doing it pretty. They might just be finding the most absolutely excruciating ways to beat divisional opponents. Denver block a field goal. Raiders get a fumble. The Broncos, Chargers doink in a field goal. But whatever it is, they're the actual champs. They're 12-1. They're back atop the tiers. Coach, be honest. Best tiers of the year.
It does get better as more teams are eliminated because the committee can really focus in, but it's still inherently flawed. And
All right, so you hear Nick there really just ripping the Detroit Lions and saying, yeah, they're point differential champs. They're probably going to win that battle for the regular season, but, you know, he doesn't think they're actually the best team in the NFC. Nick recently picked the Eagles, so that's actually who he expects to come out of the NFC and face off with the Chiefs. So he's looking for that Eagles-Chiefs rematch. But, yeah, let's take a look here. I mean, Lions right now are second in offense to only Baltimore. So the Ravens are averaging 422.5 yards per game. Number 2 is the Lions at 394.8 yards a game. Passing stats are nearly identical for Baltimore and Detroit, the top 2 offenses here. They're both passing for 243 yards a game. But the Ravens do have a pretty big advantage in rushing due to Lamar Jackson, right? You don't see Jared Goff out there scrambling and like ripping off 30-yard runs. So that's to be expected. The Ravens are averaging 179 rush yards a game. The Lions down at 151, so that's kind of expected there. But the Lions are actually averaging more points per game. So they are actually averaging 32.1 points per game. And that leads to kind of what Nick was alluding to there, that they're the point differential champs. So they actually score more points per game than Baltimore. So even though Baltimore is leading in a lot of categories here, the Lions do have them beat out when you just look at points per game. And that is the number 1 offense in the NFL. If you just look at points per game, that is the Detroit Lions. So, you know, we know that Nick is picking the Eagles, right? So he doesn't think the Lions are actually the best team in the NFC. He thinks the Eagles are going to knock them off and go through to the Super Bowl. And we also know that Nick does not believe in Jared Goff, right? He's made a lot of jokes about him. He's called him a pedestrian at quarterback. He's called him a civilian at quarterback. So we kind of know that Nick does not really believe that Jared Goff is elite, and he doesn't think that the Lions are the number 1 team in the NFC. Now, me personally, I think the Lions are probably going to be the toughest out. I mean, they're just, you look at their offense is really, really good. Now, their defense is another story. They're not like at the top of the league when you look at like giving up yards, but they are top 10. They've given up 4,142 yards. And points per game, the Lions are very good. They are very good defense. So if you look at points per game, the Lions are giving up 18. That actually matches the Eagles. The Eagles are also giving up 18 points a game as a defense. So, you know, Eagles and Lions are pretty evenly matched there defense-wise if you look at the points per game. But the big difference, again, is that offense of the Lions. They're just scoring, you know, at the top of the league. The Eagles are only averaging 26.3 points per game, which is not bad. It's just not the 32.1 of the Lions. So let me know what you think about it here. Are the Lions the best team in the NFC? And what do you think about Jared Goff? You know, is he an elite quarterback? Or do you agree with Nick that he's just a civilian or a pedestrian and he's got a loaded team around him? You know, Nick has had the same kind of take about Brock Purdy, right? Like, say, last year, 2022, it's like, Brock's not that good. He's just an average quarterback, but look at all the weapons around him. Look at the McCaffreys and the Debos and the Kittles and, all these people around him, all these superstars. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section. I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this, and I will talk to you soon.